This is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com. I'm here with Nathan and Gordon from All Get Out, and we are here at Jam and Java for the Favorite Gentleman Tour, which is sponsored by AbsolutePunk.net. What are the advantages and disadvantages of a site like AbsolutePunk.net that really relies on a lot of fan input?
No, you go ahead.
The fan input is definitely the advantage because we posted the tour and like you see like all the replies, so people kind of like gossip and say what they've heard, and it's almost really ridiculous and not true at all. And you kind of almost want to go comment and like straighten it out, but nah. So the disadvantage is like misinformation. Is that a word? Yeah. But I guess the advantage is just blows it out the water. It's people talk and people see it, and yeah, I mean it's kind of free promotion if it's just a post pops up on there and 60 replies, and it's just word of mouth, but on a message board.
Well, so what's the most ridiculous thing you've heard or would love to dispel?
I don't check too much.
It's scary.
Yeah, it's scary. It's funny, and I hear from other people. I feel like enough. They'll say, I can't really think of anything off the top of my head, but pretty off the wall stuff that is like that has never happened, or we don't like do that, or we don't even. That's not even a song of ours. I feel like
Yeah.
you can go on and on, but it's actually kind of entertaining. Some of the stuff that and some of it is negative too, which is also, which is also kind of funny. I mean, you can't take it personally.
You're the poor man's Manchester Orchestra.
Yeah. So
Fun.
there's definitely little things like that you just can't take it personally, and it's kind of funny and. But it's interesting. It gets weird.
The last one I saw was I put up like a tweet or whatever about some songs I was writing for the next record, like halfway done writing the next record or something. Just like little talk to get people talking and let them know we weren't doing anything. Let them know that we're still like working at something. And like someone like posted that to Absolute Punk. I'm not sure who did it. But then, there's this long dispute of, well, it's for a solo record, and these are the facts of why it's for a solo record. And then there's, the battle of, is it for a solo record or not for a solo record? When I posted it from the band's page saying this is for the next record. Yeah, it's just weird stuff.
That one's a pretty weird one. So, of all the gentlemen on tour, who's your favorite band?
Oh, that's dirty.
Okay. Who's the most interesting?
Least favorite.
Okay, least favorite.
We've been around Death on Two Wheels and Harrison Hudson for a long time. I guess Harrison since the very beginning. He was kind of a part of that Favorite Gentleman family before it was Favorite Gentleman. And we were picked up after that, and Death on Two Wheels kind of started doing the daily grind about maybe a few months after we really started doing it. Or maybe we just didn't know about them, but they were going at it for almost as long as we were. So Junior Astronomers is newest to Favorite Gentleman, and we met them maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. No, a little longer than that. Maybe 3. Yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, they're opening the tour, and they're great. That, in my opinion.
Definitely, yeah. I think knew what to expect from Harrison Hudson and Death on Two Wheels. A lot more. We've been around them longer and seen them, and Junior Astronomers is doing really well. It's been fun watching them every night. Everybody, but
it's the only band that the singer doesn't play guitar, so it's everybody's scared to death of I've taken the guitar for a couple times and done it, but the moment I do it, I instantly regret it. It's just awkward not having something to do. So he does it, and he looks cool as a fan. So yeah.
So what's the benefit of touring with a big group of guys? I mean, I can
when you say it like that, I don't know. I really don't know.
Disadvantages.
I kind of want to just. I don't want to do this anymore. I never thought of it like that.
Mom.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home. I think it's great. You get a lot of. One of the things that I think is really funny is anytime you tour, especially with other guys, it gets really like you find out way too much about everybody.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I feel like everybody. It's like camp or something, and instead of sitting around the fire, you're sitting around like in here.
Yeah.
And
the camp feeling, like whenever you're a kid and you leave camp, and like, you have this like pit in your stomach. You're like, God, where's all my friends?
Yeah, and you grow really close to those people too because you're I mean it's small things, but you experience everything together throughout the day. If that's finding the venue or realizing that there is no venue sometimes, and like just strange things, and you grow really close to them and get to know them very fast. And but yeah, I think it's always funny. You open up to each other probably way sooner than you should. Seems to always happen.
So how does All Get Out stand out from the other bands in the lineup?
Yeah, it's a funny. Well, it's not a funny tour. Favorite Gentleman's a little eclectic, I guess. Like Harrison, I've seen it written down a couple times in different places. He's kind of got the '50s vibe, if there's hard rock and roll, then there's rock and roll. He's rock and roll, but he's kind of a prolific songwriter, so he's got like that. And then the other, like Death on Two Wheels is a dirty rock band. Like they are, I think Trey has a PBR can he pours on his head every show or something. If he can't find that, then water. But if he had to choose, he would actually pour the beer on his head. Kind of weird, but good. Death on Two Wheels they just go non-stop. It's unbelievable. Junior Astronomers is kind of a cooler band than the rest of us. It's kind of got a party vibe to it, I guess.
Yeah, I would say that for sure.
Yeah, like it's like urban, like coolness to it. And then we are, I don't know, I guess we're somewhat angry and kind of I'm not an angry person, just the songs are just kind of, that's just what we write for some reason. Yeah, just kind of a different rock feel. I don't know what it is. I can't credit myself. I wish someone else would say that we sound like we're from Long Island, but I feel like a lot of those bands we've taken after, just kind of that feel, if that makes sense to you. So that sets us apart from them, but also everything else is set apart already. So.
Gotcha. And you mentioned before that you're starting to write for the next album for the band. Some bands that are in between albums will put out an EP, they'll put out a remix or something on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
If you had the means to, which would you do?
We've been
discussing.
Yeah, this is actually fresh. I mean, throwing around ideas.
Yeah.
I think well, first off, we have Day Trotter session coming out. We've done newer stuff on a few other sessions that we've done on this tour that have newer songs on them. So that's kind of our way to kind of push and promote and show that we're writing and working on stuff. And obviously they sound very, they're stripped down. They're not really rehearsed. It's all live. So it'll sound much different, but you can kind of get the idea from some of the songs. And so I think we've been doing that. And
well, that was what was exciting for me, like listening to bands, was that you get their record, and like our record's still relatively fresh. I mean, it might have been recorded a while back, but as far as like getting into the hands of people are still finding out about it, which is like that slow kind of trickle is a good thing, because then you get to like it kind of sets you up for the next record. And so when I was listening to like my favorite bands, like Manchester, like when we would listen to like their record, it was great, and then we would look for these little videos of these like silly songs that they probably made up on the spot, but loved them, and that was what I really searched for. So like having this out there, it's almost the same as an EP, but there are talks of a little EP, but we need to finish writing the record first.
You mentioned checking out videos online and absolutepunk.net before. What kind of role does social media play in kind of promoting your band?
That's so funny. Well, you good?
Yeah, well, the role, I mean, I think we haven't done much of that ourselves. And we've had some people come on board and help us do more of that. So I think, which I think is good to have, people on the outside helping you do that, because to me, it sounds really annoying for me to want, to post all these things. I'm like, yo, let's not like bug these people. Let's just let them do their thing. But it's been good, and I think it's helped us grow somewhat. I feel like I've seen a little bit of a change.
Oh yeah.
In getting stuff out.
It is hard not to be annoying with it.
Yeah.
Here's the show tonight 5 times all day long.
Yeah.
Most bands are pretty annoying with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've always tried to stay as far away from that as possible, but I think that there's a good medium.
Yeah.
To make sure people know and to get it out there, but to not be shoving in people's faces and being annoying.
It's good to find that.
Yeah.
Any thoughts of making a music video anytime soon?
Yeah. Can't say what for.
Okay.
Or not that it's super secret. Of just I guess there's some confidentiality in the future, but yes.
Why make a music video when
I don't
there's no
really
TV
know.
station that plays them anymore?
Well, I mean, I was talking to a guy. We did a tour with La Dispute in the spring. Incredible tour, by the way. Best of our lives. Not that this one isn't that good, just saying. We met this guy, and he was telling us about how he basically took all of his bands and they had these millions of plays on YouTube, so he would just capitalize on that. So music, it kind of gives us a place for music videos to live, and we play, because I look for music videos all the time, but I don't even own TV, but like
On the internet.
yeah, if you look for a band song to hear, because you gotta listen to a song you don't have, you go to YouTube. Now maybe you go to Spotify, but I go to YouTube, and if there's a video, you watch it. And, I mean, this whole ad game's there, so
Yeah.
there is a purpose, but it's not quite that top 10 thing that I grew up with, which would be great to have nowadays.
I miss it.
I do. Old Carlson Daly. I said Carlson.
Carlson Daly, he's a good fella too.
Carlton.
So what's up next for the band after this tour?
Party. We don't know. Like, we're gonna work on the record, the next record writing. We'll have some more shows this year. I'm not sure if we'll have like a proper tour. But
Yeah, we are in, I think, together in writing mode, and we are really excited to get everything, the ball rolling on, keep pushing this record, obviously. But, I think there's different times where, like, in our career life, for whatever, I don't know, for, you really want to write, and you really, like, have these ideas, and right now that's like, that's right, and that's like talk about recording, and we're already talking about how we're going to record something that's not even set up, and but and then you go through, that'll kind of fade out, and you'll be like, man, we should really get back on the road and do that, and see how well it does, and play for people, and then it'll go right back to yeah. So making a music video. That's going to be our next
There you go.
passion.
Yes. Claymation, stop animation, or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
That sounds awesome. Well, I wish you guys the best.
Thank you.
This is Jackie with thecuttingedgeculture.com.